Hello, so I am Jules Hobbs of Mental Wealth, and we're here today to talk about World Mental Health Day on the 10th of October, where the theme is prioritising mental health in the workplace. I am here with the lovely Bill Mummery, one of my dear friends and clients. Bill, could you please introduce yourself?
As you said, my name is Bill Mummery. I'm the chief executive here on the Isle of Man of Celton Manx, but the brand, which is much more well known, is SBO Bet. Those that are into soccer will know us over the last few years as being sponsor of West Ham, followed by sponsor of Leeds, and currently sponsor of Fulham. So it's all about a global footprint, and a large part of that is English Premier League football.
Wow. So you've got that global footprint there. So, Bill, how does your company take care of its colleagues and their mental well-being?
Well, we absolutely believe that the well-being of our employers is paramount to having a sound business with good foundations. We encourage very much a work-life balance amongst our team. And we definitely have an open doors policy when it comes to people wanting to chat to the appropriate colleague in the team.
Good stuff. That sounds fab. And how about yourself with your team? So your direct subordinates, as it were. How do you take care of those around you?
Well, I think, first of all, confidentiality and anonymity where it's appropriate, coupled with compassion and empathy, are absolutely paramount. If we think there may need to be additional support to ensure that we know where that colleague requires support, we will make
Mhm.
sure it's available.
Mm. And I'm sure you do. I mean, I know you more in a social and a kind of like social capacity outside of the workplace, but I know you've been very kind. You're a good listener, so I can imagine that your team get that as well.
Absolutely.
So my final question for you, Bill, today is yourself. So self-care is really important. I'm often talking about how we can't give from an empty cup. How do you look after your mental well-being, your mental health?
Uh, I think I'd have to admit, first of all, that ironically, the first two are quite easy. The third one, it's not a struggle, but you do, in my view, as chief exec particularly, you have to work at it. And the way
Mhm.
that I deal with it is make sure I take breaks through the day, make sure I get away from my desk, not necessarily for lunch, but to go out in the fresh air, take a walk, clear your head. Um, and what I do have, because often being chief exec in an organization can be quite an isolating, inverts,
Mm.
lonely experience in certain circumstances. So the way I deal with that is I have a group of not direct colleagues, but within the industry, whether it's companies that I'm on the board of, whether it's the Chamber of Commerce, almost teammates in the way we achieve and we set our values. And that sometimes is an easier conversation to have with that
Mm.
cohort of people than within your own organization. And I certainly feel that it works for me.
Yeah, it's such a great idea having those kind of people that you can bounce ideas off outside of that inner circle who can give you another perspective and help you to digest and reflect on what's
And it's
going on at work.
actually a mutually rewarding experience
Yeah,
because from time to time they will come to me and say, what do you think about this? How would you deal with
yeah,
this?
yeah. When I know I've done that to you. So as someone who can say, yes, I have done that. Yep, yep, definitely. You are a very good sounding board, Bill. So
And
thank
not to
you.
have any apprehension or feeling of embarrassment,
Yeah,
because that is, for me, that's a big blocker if you allow yourself to be taken in that direction.
that's true. Yeah, dropping the judgment and everything. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving up your time to conduct this interview.